Okay, so this is going to be probably a little wild for some of you because I'm going to be bouncing around back and forth between this and my Cami screen, but I wanted to be able to kind of do some writing and show you this stuff. So I'm going to, this video is going to cover the first two questions on today's golden ticket, and they have to deal with translations of points. So looking at 2 points, one that's a translation of the other one, and then finding kind of like the rule, like what you did with that translation, and then applying it to 2 more points. All right, so if I read the problem, and I'll do that for you right now, it says in the coordinate plane, the point x, which is at 1, 1, is translated to the point x prime. That's what that little apostrophe means. And that is at the point -3, 4. All right? So under the same translation, so they're saying using the same rule, you have these other 2 points, you have y and z, and they're translated to y prime and z prime. That means that they're getting the same rule applied to them that was applied to x. All right, and then they just want you to find those coordinates. So in order to do this problem, first thing we have to do is we have to figure out what is actually being done to x. All right, so x is 1, 1, so let's go over here to this. So I know that x is the point 1, 1, and then the point x prime is, let's look really quick, is -3, 4. All right. So what I want you to do is I want you to, we can think about this, you can either think about this from an integer perspective, or you can think about this from if you're looking at this on a grid, like how that would look. So if I had the point 1, 1, okay, that would put me, let's say if this is 1, right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll say this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, 1, 2, 3, 4. I love it when it glitches like that. Okay, so if you've got this going on, right, and I got the point 1, 1, that's putting me right here, all right? Remember, it's always your x coordinate first, followed by your y coordinate. So we're moving to -3, 4, which puts me 1, 2, 3, so that's -3, and then 4 would put me up here. So you can see from this that I'm going to the left from this point to that one. If I were going to break that down into left, right, up, down movements, you would go to the left, and then you would go up, or you could go up and to the left. It doesn't matter. Both ways will get you to the same direction. Okay? So the way you can do that without having a graph is just say, okay, I'm going from 1 to -3. Okay? So that's my x movement, all right? So for my x movement, it's like, okay, what's happening there? So to go from 1 to -3, think of if you're on a number line, right? You're at 0, you're at 1, and you know that you want to go to -3. Well, how many units are you moving? Well, you're going from 1 to 0 would be 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going 4 units, all right? So I know I'm going, and I'm just going to put this like this. I'm going to say I'm going 4 to the left. All right, I'm going 4 to the left. All right. Now, you can also figure that out really simply by just going 1 minus -3, just finding the difference between those 2 points. All right, and that gives you 4. But you still have to know which direction you're going. Are you going 4 to the right, or are you going 4 to the left? Well, if you're going from positive to negative, right, if your number is getting smaller as you're going from your original point to your translated point, you're going to the left. If it's getting bigger, you're going to the right. All right, now let's apply the same thing to our y coordinate. So my y coordinate, you're starting at 1 and you're going to 4. So you're actually going up, right? So you're either going up or down when you talk about y, right? So when we talk about x, we're always talking about left and right. When we talk about y, we're always talking about up and down. Okay, so for y, you're going from 1 to 4. Okay, so it's clearly going up, and you can see to get from 1 to 4, you would go up 3, right? So it's 3 up. All right, so this is my rule. My rule is I'm taking my original point, I'm going 4 units to the left, and I'm going 3 units up. And now I'm going to apply that to my other 2 points. So my y coordinate is -1, -2. So let's put that in. So we got my y coordinate is -1, -2. So to get to y prime, okay, I'm going to take my original and I'm going to go 4 units to the left and I'm going to go 3 units up. So for -1, if you're on a number line, all right, and you're starting at -1 and you go 4 units to the left, right, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that, that is going to put me at -5. If you think about it, -2, -3, -4, -5. All right, so that puts me at -5. Remember, when you're going to the left, your number is going to get smaller. Okay, and then if we're going 3 units up from -2, all right, that means that, and let's just think about the number line going up and down like this, like it's a thermometer, okay? Maybe that'll help you guys. All right, if we say this is 0 and this is -2, and I'm going up 3 units, well, you just go 1, 2, and then a third one, which puts you at 1. All right, so let's put that in then. So we got -5, 1. So let's put that in. -5, 1. And we do the same thing with z. So if z is -3, and I'm going over to the left 4, think about it. If you're at -3 on a number line, you're going to the left. That means so -4 would be my next number. That's 1 unit. -5, -6, -7 would be 4 units over. So that's going to be -4. And then 5, well, we're going 3 units up, right? That was our rule, was 3 up, right? So if you're starting at a positive number and you're going up from 5, well, that just puts you at 8. So let's try this, see how we did. Partially correct. What did Mr. Simons do wrong? Okay, Mr. Simons probably wrote something wrong, and that's totally fine. Let's figure out what I did. So let's look at y first. So we got -1. It goes over 4 units to the left, which would put us at that. And then we said we were going 3 units up. So that one looks good to me. And then this one, -3, puts me at 4. And then 5 puts me at 8. And 0.2, one of the numbers in your answer is incorrect. Oh, I put -4. And I should have put -7. There we go. All right. So I make mistakes too. Mistakes are good though. They make you think and how all that works. So let's take a look at another one now. So what we're going to do is we're going to look and see if we can figure out what our rule is first. So we're starting with A at -3, 0, and then we're moving it to 1, -1. So your x coordinate, -3 goes to 1. So your x coordinate is actually getting bigger by 4. So if you think of a number line, okay, I wonder, is there a way for me to, well, yeah, let's add oh, I can't do that. Okay, Cami doesn't want me to do that. All right, so if you think of a number line, right, okay, and we're starting at, let's take a look at it again. So let's just make a number line. Starting at -3 and we're going to 1, okay? So if this is -3, this would be -2, -1, 0, and then 1 would be right here. So that's 4 units to go from -3 to 1, okay? So my rule is this, but this time I'm going 4 units to the right, okay? So 4 units to the right, let's remember that. And then we're going from 0 to -1. Well, that's pretty straightforward. You're just going down 1, right? 0 to -1 is going down 1. So we're going right 4, down 1. So let's try that. So if we start with -7 for my B, and we go to the right 4 units, well, that's going to put you at -7, okay? So if you're at -7 and you're going to the right 4 units, you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, that's going to put you at -3, right? And if you don't believe me, just each one of these humps gets the next consecutive integer. So this would be -6 right here. This would be -5, and that would be -4. Right? So that gives you -3. And then we're going down 1. So that's pretty straightforward. -4. Now remember, when you're going down from a negative number, the numbers actually look like they're getting bigger even though they're getting smaller. So that would be -5. Okay? Let's try this one. C. So we're going over, this should be pretty easy. We're going over to the right 4 units. So over to the right 4 units from 0 is 4. So wonderful. Okay? And then if we go down 1 from -2, that just puts us at -3. So these rules are pretty easy to figure out. I think the hardest part is just like dealing with the integers and remembering that when you're already negative and you're going to the left, it's going to look like the number's getting bigger even though it's getting smaller and things like that. So hope this video kind of helped you out with this. Let's check this. Let's see if I got this one right without screwing up. I did. All right. So good luck with these guys.